When a light suddenly appears on your dashboard, things are rarely good. The majority of the individual lights in the dash of modern cars are programmed to turn on in the event of less than ideal operating conditions. The TPMS light is one of the most frequently noticed among all vehicle warning lights. Tire pressure monitoring systems, or TPMS, have been a requirement for all domestic cars since 2007. The purpose of a tire's tire pressure monitoring system is to warn drivers when a tire is leaking or not properly inflated. A vehicle's TPMS, however, may occasionally record an error and activate the warning light even when a tire is not actually low on air. This situation frequently leaves drivers perplexed and with the impression that they are unable to solve the problem at hand. In this video, we will discuss the reasons for the TPMS light on. But before we jump right to the point, we should understand how TPMS works. It's Max the Car Guy YouTube channel. Subscribe and let's get started. How it works. The general idea behind contemporary TPMS technology is to alert a driver when one or more of their tires are underinflated before these tires become a safety hazard. All American-sold vehicles manufactured in 2007 and later are required to have this technology. There are two ways to monitor tire pressure on a vehicle, the first of which is referred to as direct monitoring. Conversely, some producers also use indirect monitoring for this objective. Direct TPMS vehicles rely on a full complement of valve stem-mounted pressure sensors that are matched to an onboard receiver module. These sensors continuously relay each tire's pressure while simultaneously recording it, giving the driver access to that information. These TPMS systems are extremely accurate and are found on the vast majority of modern vehicles. Direct tire pressure monitoring systems have independent pressure sensors inside each tire, but indirect systems of this kind do not. The relative tire pressure is instead determined by the use of the speed sensors in vehicles equipped with such warning systems. Underinflated tires are believed to rotate at a slightly slower rate than fully inflated tires. This kind of system is less common overall and has a tendency to be a little less accurate than a direct TPMS. Reasons your TPMS light is on. Despite the fact that each tire is properly inflated, there are a number of reasons why a vehicle's TPMS light might be on. Some of the most typical examples of these situations are listed below. Damaged sensor. The TPMS sensor in a tire may sustain damage under specific conditions, impairing its ability to perform as intended. Since special mount and dismount procedures are necessary to prevent sensor damage, this is especially likely if such problems occur right after a tire replacement. Faulty TPMS receiver. The TPMS receiver in a vehicle can malfunction, though this is much less common than sensor failure. If this happens, accurate data related to air pressure cannot be calculated. The TPMS light on a vehicle will illuminate as a result of this anomaly, regardless of the tire pressure in each individual tire or the condition of the vehicle's sensors. Dead sensor battery. Direct monitoring systems use TPMS sensors with integrated batteries for long-term operation. Although these batteries typically have a long lifespan, they do eventually start to malfunction. This stops feedback from reaching a car's TPMS receiver and turning on the system's warning light. Loss of traction. The very first indirect monitoring systems were well known for a peculiar problem. Because these systems relied on data from wheel speed sensors, any loss of traction could cause the TPMS light in a vehicle to come on. This frequently led to a great deal of confusion as drivers tried to identify the reason for such errors. Can you drive with this issue? Yes, you can actually drive with your TPMS light on. It is not suggested to do this, though, until a qualified expert has examined your tires. The presence of such a light typically denotes low tire pressure. However, if your tires are inflated to the recommended pressure and your tire pressure light remains on, you probably have a sensor or receiver problem. Until a sensor replacement can be scheduled and carried out, it is usually safe to continue as needed. It is important to note that up until a suitable repair is made, your vehicle's capacity to recognize and report low tire pressure will be impaired. This is due to the fact that the typical TPMS warning light will continue to flash while the problem persists. In turn, if a true loss in pressure were to occur, no new illumination of this light would result. It is advised to manually check your car's tire pressure with a tire gauge if you choose to drive with the TPMS light on. If you have any remaining concerns about the condition of your car's tires, stop driving right away until the issue is fixed.
Perfect.